let me just start by saying I love Catwoman. I love everything about her. I love her wit, I love her humour, I love her inner strength, I love her dress sense. She's on my watch. I mean, there is nothing about Selina Kyle that I don't like. Okay,
we'll take that as understood.
Yeah,
shall
okay,
we?
good.
Yeah,
Okay. So, I was a little nervous about how the new reboot with the 52 was going to treat my favourite anti-hero. Catwoman is now a couple of issues in, and I am ready to give my verdict.
That sounds really ominous.
Yes, it does. Now, with the new 52 Catwoman, when it first came out, written by Judd Winnick and art by Guillaume March, it caused a bit of a furore among fans. Mainly to do with a couple of scenes where Catwoman and Batman are getting a little indiscreet, shall we say, on the rooftops.
Dear me.
So we decided to just let it be for a while, let it find its feet and see the series. So we're actually starting with number 6, Welcome to the Hard Way.
Yeah, so we start with Catwoman in handcuffs and up to her neck in trouble, which is
Awesome.
exactly how we like her. She's stolen a big sack of money from some crooked cops, and they would kind of like to have it back.
Indeed they would. They actually bring in a meta called Reach. Reach is a new character. She was introduced in issue number 4, and she's basically brought in to beat the ever-living out of Catwoman to find out where this money is. And this is where I come to the first of my many gripes about this comic. The violence in this is so brutal. It just borders on distasteful, really. I mean, there is a scene where Selina rips the ear off of Reach with her teeth. Granted, she's in handcuffs, but still. Big spray of blood and these massive, big, wide, crazy eyes.
Oh, the crazy eyes. They freaked me out as
Yeah.
well. I mean, in that scene, she looked less like Selina Kyle and more like Harley Quinn.
Exactly.
I'm used to seeing her as this calm, calculating, little bit cheeky sort of character.
Absolutely.
This
Now,
seemed like a departure from type for me.
It does, but, I mean, we have to remember this is a reboot.
Sure.
We've gone back to an earlier Catwoman. She's younger, she's more desperate. She is still just a criminal.
Yep.
And she doesn't seem very far past all that violence and abuse of her earlier years. And you know what? I am totally okay with that. Angry Selina Kyle, that's awesome.
I'm detecting a but about to happen.
Yes.
Yeah.
The way that Winnick and March dealt with this, I think, was just completely off. Violence aside, the over-sexuality of Catwoman herself was just... Oh, it was appalling.
See, I'm glad you said something. I thought I might actually be being a pervert. What is going on with her outfit?
I don't know.
I mean, she's always worn a bodysuit. That's
Cat burglar.
That's de rigueur. She's always done that. But this one appears to be made from some sort of shiny latex that, frankly, might as well have been painted on.
Yeah, it looks like something you can get off the internet.
There's
for goodness
very
sake.
little left to the imagination
And
here.
why a cat burglar would wear a suit that seems to reflect light,
Not exactly
I have no
stealthy, is
idea.
it? Yeah.
No. And this is the other thing. The plot alone was weak and it was patchy. There were moments where traditional Catwoman would really shine with her kind of stealthy and her sneaky and her gymnastics and cat burglary business.
Sure.
But it was completely glossed over in this.
I mean, look, I did enjoy the encounter she has with Batman right after that, though.
Yes, that's probably the only part of this comic that I actually liked. Cat versus Bat is always an awesome throwdown, and it finished on a really nice kind of empathetic note.
Sure.
But at the end, Selina seemed kind of fragile and maybe even completely broken.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, though, it was kind of a case of too little, too late for me.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, it really just... And incidentally, if it looks like we haven't touched much on the plot, it's because there wasn't much plot to touch on.
None, no.
It was so disappointing to see Catwoman, this great character, reduced to just, frankly, a cheesecake male fantasy.
It really was disappointing because she's always been so much more than that. I mean, it was like going and seeing the 4th Indiana Jones film but at the movies. Like, just disappointing.
Yeah. Look, I hesitate to ask at this point, but rating.
Okay, look, this is so close to being a burn for me, but it's Catwoman. It's not my Catwoman, but it is Catwoman. So I'm willing to make it a berry. That's the best I can do. I'm going to keep my eye on the series, but I'm certainly not going to read anymore.
Burn it! No, definitely burn it! This is so disappointing. It's such a misfire.
Yeah.
I am not going to keep reading this one until they change the team.
Yeah.
They had such a fantastic opportunity with this reboot, and this is the best they could give us?
No.
I just, really, it burnt. Burn.